Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the weekly live chat every Wednesday, 6 p.m. I've been doing this. Plenty to talk about. It is January 26th, 2022, which is just insane how fast time is going by. We have a lot to talk about today. There's a lot of news that's been coming out. I've done videos on a lot of this stuff, but as always, doing the weekly live chat. If you're missing this live and you're watching the replay and you have a question, comment it down below. We'll talk about it next week, or maybe I'll even make a video on it. We got to recap UFC 270, Francis Ngannou, Ciryl Gane. We can talk about the decision. I made a dedicated video on that. We'll also talk about some of the other fighters on the card, including Brandon Moreno losing his flyweight title to Deiveson Figueiredo. Also, we have some good news. We have UFC 274 announced, which is going to be Jiri Prochazka versus Glover Teixeira, as well as Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje for the lightweight title. So a great card at UFC 274. Then also, supposedly, it's not going to be in Brazil anymore. So there's that. Let's see, what else did I put in here? We could talk about Dana White. That's kind of UFC 270 recap. Dana White not putting the belt on Francis Ngannou. Belal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque was announced, which basically confirms Khamzat Chimaev's opponent. And then also we could talk about like Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. But there's so much to talk about. Who knows what we'll end up talking about on this live stream. If you guys have a question, put it in the chat. I would greatly appreciate it. We have 2,008 subscribers, still growing, seems like every single day, adding a bunch more to that. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the channel. I do this every single week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, or at least pretty close to there, and also have some random streams. I'm going to be streaming Bellator, I think it's Bellator 273 this Saturday, so if you care to join me watching Bader versus Moldovsky, for the heavyweight title, not all that compelling of a card, not all that compelling of a main event, but we're going to watch it nonetheless. And maybe there'll be some fun fights on the card. Who knows? Benson Henderson's on the card. But guys, do me a favor, if you haven't already, make sure to like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Seems like a bunch of you have already. So I appreciate you guys very much. Let me put my phone on mute so it doesn't go off in the middle of this stream. So we're good to go. It seems to be on loud. And let me take a drink. But there's so much to talk about. There's a million different angles to talk about UFC 270 today. So we could talk about that for an hour anyway. Why all the crying emojis, DC? I don't know. I just felt like throwing them in there. Constantly crying DC emoji. Who's most likely to win a decision? Gaethje or Oliveira? That's a good question. I don't know. I think if the fight goes to decision, I really think it could go either way. That's such a tough fight to call. I know a lot of people are acting like Charles Oliveira has it in the bag. But for me personally, when I look at Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje, I see multiple ways to win for each guy. If I had to say, if you told me gun to my head, you said, I know for a fact somebody wins by decision, who won? I'd probably go Justin Gaethje, because I feel like if Oliveira's able to have his way with Justin Gaethje, I think he finishes him. So most likely to win by decision, I think Justin Gaethje. But let's break that fight down a little bit, because that's big news for today. My video that I did on Saturday aged very well. It was announced that Jiri versus Glover was going to be on UFC 274. I did a video where I said I think the co-main event may be Oliveira versus Gaethje, and it looks like it's going to be. I'm not sure which one's going to be the main event or co-main, but either way, they're both going to be on the same card, which is actually no longer in Brazil, supposedly. So, that's pretty crazy that they're going to have two Brazilian champions in Glover Teixeira and Charles Oliveira defending their belts and not even on a Brazil card. What is the feature fight on 274, French fries? What's the feature fight? My nose is itching like crazy already. You got to be kidding me. But are you going to watch the ESPN White Q&A that's happening today, apparently? Yes, of course. I'm going to tune into that for sure. What's up, Fight Life Nation? Thanks for joining me, as always. Appreciate you. What country would win more medals in MMA in the Olympics? I have no clue. I have no clue, my friend. Maybe Russia? I know that doesn't necessarily reflect the champions of the UFC. Could be Africa, maybe. I don't know. That's a tough one. But as far as, let's talk about the Gaethje Chandler fight, because that's huge news. I want to talk about that quite a bit. I was going to make a video about it, but it broke literally like an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago. And I knew I was coming on the live stream anyway, so I figured why not just discuss it on the live stream. For me, I know a lot of people are going to see this fight as Charles Oliveira is going to ragdoll Justin Gaethje, take him to the ground. Justin Gaethje has no jiu-jitsu. He has no wrestling. He's going to submit him. But I don't think it's as clear-cut as that. And I've talked about this before when we've talked about it hypothetically. And I know Justin Gaethje was taken down and babied by Habib Nurmagomedov. But Oliveira doesn't have the same level of takedowns that Habib Nurmagomedov does. I mean, Oliveira, you could say, has the advantage, has better jiu-jitsu than Habib. That's debatable, but I think Charles Oliveira has the edge in the jiu-jitsu and the submission threats. But he doesn't have the same level of takedowns and the wrestling that Habib has. So, I know as bad as Gaethje looked in that Habib fight where he was able to be taken down and easily submitted, I don't know. It's all about, can Oliveira get him to the ground? And Gaethje probably learned some things from that Habib fight. I think it was a massive mistake to run for his life. I think that got him very tired. I think when he lets someone push him backwards and dictate the pace, he starts to get exhausted. And I think that was a bad strategy by him. I understand why he was doing it. He was trying to keep Habib at space. But I don't think he might do the same thing about Oliveira. I think he might try to pressure Oliveira. And Oliveira got clipped up by Dustin Poirier. Oliveira got clipped up by Michael Chandler. Oliveira's been KO'd before. And I think Justin Gaethje has the nastiest power in the lightweight division. So I really think that's a really tough fight to pick. It's just one of those things where if Gaethje can lay his hands on him, catch him on the chin or the temple, I think Gaethje has the potential to KO him and finish him even via TKO. But also, I think if Oliveira gets him down, he's going to submit him. And Oliveira has nasty pressure and nasty striking as well, and he's super aggressive. No matter what, I think this fight is going to be super exciting. But for me, it's not as clear cut. And I've been on the Charles Oliveira train for quite a while. I've been on the Charles Oliveira hype train. But I think Justin Gaethje has the tools to beat him. Right now, off the top of my head, if I had to give you an early prediction, I'd lean Charles Oliveira just because Gaethje's had one fight since, he has lost Habib. Oliveira gets better every time out. I think if Oliveira gets him down, I think it's over. One takedown from Charles Oliveira, it's over. But the problem is, can Oliveira avoid getting KO'd or TKO'd before he can get that takedown? So that's the real question. Maybe we'll do a poll here in a second, but I'm going Charles Oliveira. But by the time the fight comes around, we got a few months. We got all of February, all of March, all of April. So we got 3.5 months. I'm not sure exactly what the date is in April. I think it's the first week. So we got about 3.5 months till that fight. I may change my mind 6 times over by the time we actually get to that. What do you think the feature fight? Oh, what do you think it will be? I see. What do you think it will be? I thought you said, what do you think of it? I haven't a clue. To be honest. Let me actually pull up something. I want to see Jose Aldo fight on that card, but I know it's not in Brazil anymore, so that doesn't really make sense. UFC 274, that's in May. What could be? It's so hard for me to figure out fight cards so far out, especially other than the main events, co-mains. I'm sure the UFC will find something, but to be honest, I have no guess on what the featured fight could be. It could be like a Sean Brady fight, maybe. Sean Brady fighting somebody. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options out there for who could potentially be fighting in that featured fight spot. It's not in Brazil anymore, so it's hard to kind of narrow it down. You still confident Jon Jones fights this summer? Yes, Jon Jones will fight this summer. Mark it down. Mark my words, he will fight. Have they ever had a lighter weight champ above a heavier weight champ headline? Yes, but I can't remember which one it was. I think it was, what was that? If anybody knows, put it in the Adesanya and Costa whenever Reyes Yan. Yes, I think it's happened one other time too. But yes, to answer your question, thank you, French Fries, for figuring that one out. I knew there was at least one, but I think there's 2. where the heavier weight class has main evented over top the lower weight class. Currently it's Macy Chaston, I think is how you pronounce her name. I can't remember. And Norma Dumont, and they're gonna add something. I wonder what. Yeah, that better not be the featured fight of the card. I have no desire to see Norma Dumont fight ever again. I think that Justin versus Charles plays out like Dustin versus Charles. Could be. Except I think there's gonna be a lot more leg kicks. I get on here, man, and my mustache is just tickling my nose nonstop. Okay, who wins at UFC 274? I'll lead this up for a while. Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje. I can't believe so many people picked against Charles Oliveira in the UFC 269 main event. I can't believe that. A lot of people picked against him. Luque versus Belal 2 means Chimaev versus Burns 100%. I did a video on it. You can check it out on the channel. Let me actually pull that up real quick. Let me pull that up. So I did a video on it yesterday. Yeah, actually, I didn't realize the view count was so high. It's doing pretty good as far as views go. But you look at the division at welterweight, right? You have Usman, who's fighting number 3, Leon Edwards, next. You have Covington, who's fighting number 6, Jorge Masvidal, next. You have Gilbert Burns, who's free. And then you have Luque, who's fighting Belal. And then other than that, you have Thompson, Neil Magny, who's got a fight with Max Griffin. Sean Brady, who doesn't have a fight. Michael Chiesa, who just lost, I believe. Was that his last fight against Vicente Luque, or did he have a fight since then? But either way, I don't think... Okay, yeah, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. They're not going to book him up with Michael Chiesa. They're not going to book him up with Sean Brady, even though I would love that fight against Sean Brady. I think he beat Sean Brady, too. Neil Magny has a fight. Stephen Wonderboy. So unless it's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which I don't think it's going to be, it's got to be Gilbert Burns. There's nobody else they're giving Khamzat Chimaev to, and they want to fast track Khamzat Chimaev to a title shot. That's the end goal. That's why they booked the Leon Edwards fight about 65 times over, is because they wanted to get him to a title. And if he beats Gilbert Burns, he will be next in line for the UFC welterweight title. It could be. I mean, I said it in the video. Imagine if Leon Edwards is able to take the welterweight title off of Kamaru Usman this year, and then for the title at the end of the year, we have Leon Edwards defending his welterweight title against Khamzat Chimaev. Wouldn't that be pretty cool after all those canceled fights? If Luque beats Belal, does that warrant a title shot? Let's take a look-see. Vicente. Oh, man. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. If he beats Belal again, does that warrant a title shot? Maybe. Maybe, to answer your question, the answer is maybe. If he beats him, he'll be on a 5-fight win streak, with his last win being over a top 5 guy. Oh my God, my nose is itching like crazy. Fix my mustache a little bit. He'll have a win over a top 5 guy. He'll be on a 5-fight win streak. Yes, but for him, unfortunately, if Khamzat beats Gilbert Burns, Khamzat's going to get to be more deserving of the title shot over him. But yes, so basically, if Vicente beats Belal and Khamzat beats Gilbert, then Khamzat and then Vicente gets the title shot. If Vicente beats Belal and Khamzat loses to Gilbert Burns, I think Vicente Luque fights for the title next. He'd be on a 5-fight win streak. His wins aren't that great, but they're not bad at all. He would be on a 3. His last 3 opponents would be Woodley, Kiesa, and then Belal. I know he beat Belal way back when, but Belal has gotten much better since then. We've seen what he just did to Wonderboy Thompson. A lot of these welterweights, even though they're on streaks, they don't have the greatest names on their resume. It's actually really trash if you really look at it. Colby has a terrible resume. Leon has a terrible resume. Vicente, it's okay. Like, hypothetically, I hate to say this, and you guys know I'm not some, Khamzat Chimaev cultist. But if Khamzat beats Gilbert Burns, he's got a better resume than half these guys. I mean, even Gilbert Burns, what's his best win? And I'm high on Gilbert Burns. It's like a lot of these guys haven't fought a lot of you know what I mean? I mean, his best win is Woodley. I guess Wonder Boy. I mean, Gilbert Burns' resume is trash. You look at these guys. Gilbert Burns' resume is trash. Colby Covington's resume is trash. Leon Edwards' resume is trash. Leon Edwards doesn't have a solid win on his entire resume. I know he's on this long win streak, but he hasn't beat that quality competition. Let me see what this is. Okay, let me clear that out. Belal doesn't have a great resume. His best win is Wonderboy Thompson. Jorge Masvidal doesn't have the best resume. None of these welterweights have really fought each other to get each other's names on their resumes by getting wins over each other. The welterweight division has been dodging each other for what seems like ages. It's annoying, it's disgusting, and it's finally coming to an end. We got Gilbert Burns versus Wonderboy, July of last year, which doesn't even seem that long ago, to be honest. Leon was supposed to fight Jorge, but Jorge pulled out. Now we're getting Colby versus Jorge. We're getting Belal versus Vicente. We're getting Leon versus Usman, and we're getting Burns versus Chimaev. And finally, we have the welterweight division is actually fighting each other, because if you take a look, let me pull up Colby Covington's resume, guys. It's literally disgusting. It's one of the worst resumes I've ever seen in my life. And it's not just him, it's the entire welterweight division. Look, he has a win over Tyron Woodley. He has a win over Robbie Lawler. He has a win over Rafael Dos Anjos. I don't think he has a win over a top 15 ranked guy on his resume. He has not beat a single guy who's currently in the UFC top 15 rankings. How insane is that? That is insane. Belal has one, I guess. I mean, I'm not. Let me take a look. He has Wonder Boy. So Belal has Wonder Boy. And let's see. What was that? Let's see. Oh, Star PS4. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you very much. If you get on Discord, we have a members only Discord. We have some loyalty badges, some custom emojis. On Discord, you can message me directly. And also on the members only community tab, I post a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. So thank you for becoming a member, Star. Appreciate you very much. And also a couple random live streams that I do per month are privated after the fact for members only replay. So I have about 4 hours of live streams posted on there that you can watch. We just talk about anything MMA. But thank you for becoming a member. But you look at Belal, back to Belal. So the only top 15 ranked guy he has is Wonderboy Thompson. Unless, is Damian Maia still ranked? No, he's not, is he? Okay, yeah, so Belal has one top ranked win. And I think Gilbert is the same way. He has the win over Wonderboy Thompson. So these guys at welterweight are just looking terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's just, it's crazy because I mean, I wish I had a channel for the last 2 years, because I've been complaining forever. Why are the welterweights not fighting each other? And it's just been going on for ages, and it's been driving me nuts. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Joey, if I had to bet right now, it will be and still or and new. Okay, hold on. Let me read the rest of these questions. Sorry, guys. I'm falling behind on questions. If you have a question, throw it in the chat. I was going on a tangent about welterweight. Okay. But yes, Chimaev, I believe Khamzat Chimaev is fighting Gilbert Burns. I believe that with 100% certainty. I don't know when. If I had to guess, March or April. Maybe they throw it on that Colby Covington card. I think that makes a lot of sense. And still, everyone's still estimating Do Bronx. Charles will be lightweight GOAT after his next 2 title defenses. I think they give him one more fight after Burns. No way, it's not happening. The winner of Belal Luque, he fights 3 times this year. 3rd time title shot. Maybe if the timing works out that way, but I think they're looking to put him right into a title shot. If he beats Gilbert Burns, they're throwing him into a title shot. How good do you think Luque's cardio will be if it goes 5 rounds? I think he has good cardio. And I think he'll be prepared and he'll pace himself early to be able to last 25 hard minutes. That's what she said. Maybe we could get a Colby versus Luque depending on what happens. I'd like that. I like that. I would like the winner of Colby versus Masvidal to fight the winner of Luque versus Belal. Or let's say Masvidal and Leon both lose respectively. They match them back up. Charles and Still, again, Side Star PS4, thank you for becoming a member. Constantly growing. Joe, if you had to bet right now, who would it be? And Still or new lightweight? I say And Still. I think Oliveira holds on to that belt. I think a lot of people are underestimating Justin Gaethje's chances, but according to this poll, not really. Almost 70%. By the way, I'm a 6-month member, but I don't have a badge. Maybe I gotta wait. I have no idea how that works. It does it automatically. It's not something I actually do. Let me take a look, see if I can pull it up and see what it says. So, let's see. It says on here, I can see a list of my members. It shows me as you a 5-month member right now. So maybe it might be tomorrow and maybe it kicks over to 6 months. But for me, it shows you it shows everyone. There's like, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 5 or 6 people that signed up the first day I had memberships. And it shows them all as 5 months right now. I don't know why that is, but my guess is maybe in the next day or two it'll update. I don't remember what day I first offered it. I can't remember. So I wish I could remember. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. Let's see what we got. Something just popped off. Member for 6 months, but don't matter much. That's weird. So it does show you. Maybe tomorrow is when the badges changes. Because if today is the day you became a 6-month member, I don't know why it wouldn't change the badge. But that's weird. Thank you for being a 6-month member. Thank you for being a 6-month member, French fries. Hopefully it updates tomorrow. Because on my end, on my screen, it shows still as 5 months for all the people who signed up day one. So maybe it's like the day after that it clicks over. Or maybe it counts it month by month, if that makes sense. I don't know. We'll see. It'll update eventually. I know that for a fact. It's done it for all the other ones. Justin Gaethje has better wrestling than Oliveira, but Oliveira is dangerous on the ground. If Oliveira can get it down to the ground, 100% it is over. Gaethje is getting submitted if Oliveira can get him down. But it's all about a big if. I don't think, I said this earlier in the chat, I don't think Oliveira has the same level of takedowns as Habib Nurmagomedov, who was able to easily drag Justin Gaethje to the ground. I think it's a very interesting fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. And I'm super excited. I love the matchup overall. But I can't wait to see that red badge next to your name. The 6-month badge, I think, is literally the best looking badge, maybe the best looking badge. I mean, I love the 12-month one as well. But I feel like some people I've looked at other YouTube memberships, and I feel like a lot of people just kind of make up the like cheesiest looking stuff. I found a guy who makes good stuff on Fiverr, and he did a great job making those badges. I really like the looks of all of them. The red one looks sick. I picked the colors, of course, but I'm actually looking at it right now. The red and black looks sick, and the black and gold looks sick for the 12-month badge. Eventually, I'll have to come up with a 24-month badge. That's wild. That's wild that the channel's been around long enough for you to be a 6-month member. Yep. Yeah, let me show you. Hold on. Yeah, I think it pops up right in here, right? Yeah. I hope that doesn't get blocked by the subscribe button. I think it does a little bit. Let me see when it pops up on here. But yeah, the 12-month, I think the subscribe button blocks it a little bit. But you can see it. Yeah, the 6-month badge, the red one right there, I think is sick. I think it's really nice. But I like the 12-month too. I got to figure out one for 24 if someone eventually gets there. I'm assuming someone's eventually going to get there. But I appreciate you guys very much. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It's really awesome that you guys like the channel that much, that you're a channel member. And it's always going to be, I'm always going to be adding new stuff to it. So I can't wait till we get to a point. It's going to be a while till we get to do a couple members only streams. It's just members inside the stream. Nobody else. It's just members in here and not I'll still do these regular ones with everyone else too, but we'll have some just members only in the stream alone. And it'll be a while. I have to build the channel up where we can have enough people where have enough members where a member only stream will be populated, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oliveira standing choke. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Oliveira is so slick on the feet. Look at the way he got to Dustin Poirier's back. He slipped under a punch, got a hook in, jumped on the back, got took 2 hooks in, and eventually a standing rear naked choke. I mean, look at the way he snatched it up. It was super impressive. I think that has far superior grappling to Justin Gaethje, but I think Gaethje's going to come in with a smart strategy. I mean, look at his coach, Trevor Whitman. They got a high fight IQ there, and Gaethje has refined his skills over the past few years, and he knows there's a lot of tape on Charles Oliveira, and I think he's going to come in with a good game plan, and I can't wait to see it. To be quite honest, I think it's a fight that's going to be very competitive. I voted Gaethje, because I think he can keep it standing. Okay, that's fair enough. If he does keep it standing, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because I think Gaethje's the better striker, and I think they're both very technical. But I think Gaethje has better striking defense when he wants to than Charles Oliveira, who kind of gets clipped up quite a bit. So it's going to be very interesting if the fight's completely on the feet. Oliveira by KO. Justin's chin is weathered down for too long. You could say the same thing about Oliveira as well. He's taken a lot of shots, been hurt a lot of times. The 12-month badge is 6. Diamond belt for the 12 months. I'll see what I can come up with. I'll do it the next couple months. I'll have it made just so I have it there. The guy on Fiverr makes great stuff. Let's see. What will your reaction be when, not if, but when Khamzat makes Usman look like a journeyman? I wouldn't be super shocked, but it would be very impressive. I'd be like, damn, this guy is the real deal 100%. We debated about it for a little bit. I mean, I'm on the train, but I still think people are a little bit too crazy. Like, they're super confident that he beats up Adesanya and Usman and all these guys. I think we're a little early on that, but it would not surprise me if he was able to do that. YouTube should let you get a diamond badge sooner with an upfront payment. Yeah, they should. That'd be pretty cool. I think also kind of what they do in a way, Fight Life, is you can set tiers, and eventually I'm going to add more tiers, but I'm growing the channel more. I just want one simple tier for right now. But like, for example, you can have a $3 tier, which is what I have now. It has all these benefits. Then you have a $5 tier. It has all these benefits. Then you can have like a $10 tier. It has all these benefits. And then, like, hypothetically, let's say you were to immediately sign up for the 3rd tier, which was $10 a month. Maybe you get people of that 3rd tier gets an exclusive badge right away, and that's their entire badge just because they signed up for that higher tier. I don't know what my plans are for that eventually. I'm definitely going to add it, but it might be like a year from now. I'll have a couple tiers, and I think people can upgrade and downgrade and just flow through them and decide what they want. I'll have to figure out what benefits. Eventually, I want to do, there's a couple benefits I have, and I'm also going to talk to you guys and see what you think. One of the tiers is going to be the members only live streams, like the actual live streams. Like, we would do a stream like this, and then another day or the same day later in the day, we would do a members only stream where live only members could join the live stream. Then also, I think I want to do a thing. I usually record my prediction videos like a day before I release them. Like, maybe I would give early access to my prediction videos, stuff like that. And I'm thinking of more things that I would add, but it's going to be a ways away. It's when I grow the channel to be much larger, maybe around like 10,000 subscribers. That's something I do. Earliest probably like 5,000 subscribers, depending on how the channel's growing. I don't know, but we'll see. How we doing? What's up, Fast? How are you doing? How are you doing? What's up, Ginge? How are you doing? Why in the world is there another off week for the UFC? I don't know. It's annoying. We had a month off, and then now we have another, we come back to 2 events. Neither card is particularly stacked. And then we still have a week off right after those. We should have had at least 3 or 4 weeks straight. I remember when I first started watching, there was like only like 1 or 2 cards a month, and it was like painful because you're like, oh, when's the next UFC card? And it felt like forever. Does anybody else remember that? By the way, you can also do members on chat, so non-members can watch, but only members can chat. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think I saw that setting in there, but I really didn't remember that. It's killing me too. I will be streaming Bellator live this Saturday if you want to join me. It's not the most compelling card, but it's something. It's something. I know a lot of people are just strictly UFC guys, but we can watch Bader versus Moldovsky heavyweight title for Bellator. That's the best I can do for you. If you want to come Saturday, we'll be watching it here live. It's pretty cool to see the Discord growing. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. We're going to grow it. What I also might eventually do, French Fries gave me this idea. I haven't decided yet. It's still a lot to think about. I like to, really think about things before I eventually do them, which is why I'm slow to enact stuff. But I might eventually open the Discord to the public and then make like a members tab, where only members can discuss, and I'll be in that one a little bit more. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might just keep it to members. I don't want people to get in there and abuse the Discord. I want the Discord to be fun. Like everyone's in there respectful, even if we disagree. So that's what I love, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been posting nonstop in there, letting you guys know what videos I'm working on. I was up till 3 a.m. working on the Ciryl Gane Francis Ngannou video. Believe it or not, the hardest part of that video was rewatching the fight, because that fight was terribly boring for a rewatch. When you know what happened in the fight, it is terribly boring to rewatch that fight. So, especially, just considering how it went. Oh my goodness, it was just awful to rewatch. So it was painful. I took some notes, I scored each round, and I made the video right afterwards. So, guys, do me a favor real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab another water and use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Fill up the chat with a bunch of questions. What's up, Merkley? I'll be right back. Fill up the chat with questions while I'm gone. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I always try to remember to bring up extra waters, but I forgot. Um, let's see. Where were we? By the way, guys, thanks for sticking with me. I hope I wasn't gone too long. It didn't feel like too long, but you never know. I know when you're watching a video, it seems like, where the hell did this guy go? Um, I do, which is why I can't stand this. I'm getting used to that 26 in a row, whatever they did. I know, man, it does suck. It does suck when they shy away from it. Henderson, yeah, Ben Henderson is fighting this Saturday as well. Let me look up that card real quick on Tapology. Let's see. The main event is Bader versus Valentine Moldovsky. I don't know who I'm favoring. It looks like Bellator 2. It is Bellator 273. So you got Ryan Bader versus Valentine Moldovsky. I think Moldovsky's the interim heavyweight champ. Bader is the undisputed heavyweight champ. Let's see who people are picking on Tapology. Seems like most people are picking Moldovsky. I don't know if that would be the same. I had to think about that some more. But you got Benson Henderson versus Islam Mamedov. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Mamedov, something like that. Henry Corrales versus Aiden Lee. You got Darian Caldwell versus Enrique Barzola. Sad Awad versus Chris Gonzalez. Not a lot of super compelling fights on that card, on that Bellator 273 card, to be honest. What's going on, Merkley? I think I said something before I left. Speaking of Bellator, AJ McKee is having another amateur MMA event this weekend in SoCal. Last time I was able to photograph Rampage cornering his son's MMA debut. I can't wait. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. At least you're not missing a big event this weekend. I know sometimes you're photographing those smaller MMA events on Saturdays and you miss the big UFC fight cards. So at least you don't got to worry about missing anything this weekend. Fight Life, what's the biggest fight card that you've missed because you were working, like taking pictures and whatnot? That's what I'm curious of. What is the biggest fight card that you missed? Let's see. Oh, Size Star PS4 just landed. What's going on, man? What's up? Let's see. Wave to say goodbye. Hello. In the Discord. Yeah, the Discord's growing. It's slowly growing. Slowly but surely growing. Let's see. Speaking, okay, sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. Who do you have, Tuivasa or the Black Beast? Probably Derek Lewis. I think Derek Lewis probably beats up Tai Tuivasa. That's a tough fight to call because both guys have nasty knockout power. I just think Derek Lewis is good enough to find Tai Tuivasa's chin. I think Tai Tuivasa has some good leg kicks. Maybe he can incorporate. But I think unless it's against the elite of the elite, I think Derek Lewis gets it done against most guys. I used to be at first I was really high on Derek Lewis. Then I started counting him out. Let me look up his record real quick. Let me see which fights I picked. At some point, Derek Lewis just became, unless he's fighting the elite of the elite, there's no picking against him. So I remember I saw him in his first two UFC fights against Jack May and then Guto Inacie. And I thought he was a very interesting heavyweight contender. And I was telling one of my buddies who watched MMA at the time to, check him out. You got to watch his next fight. And he went out there and got slept by Matt Mitrione. And he eventually lost to Sean Jordan as well. It's crazy. Then he goes on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight win streak. With names like Gabriel Gonzalez, Roy Nelson, Shamil Abdurakhimov, Travis Brown, which is crazy. He defeated Travis Brown. Then he lost to Mark Hunt. He got slept by Mark Hunt. Then he beats up Marcin Tybura, beats Francis Ngannou by terrible, boring decision. Then he almost loses to Alexander Volkov, but he gets the win. He gets the win at the last second of the round, lands a KO with 11 seconds to go, it says right here. Then he fights Daniel Cormier. I knew he was going to lose to Daniel Cormier. Then he fights JDS. I knew he was going to lose to JDS, but I think he still had an opportunity to get that fight done. But he somehow pulls that one off and gets it done. And then he fights Bagoy Ivanov at UFC 244. I was there live for that fight. By the way, Derek Lewis is incredibly popular. He got one of the loudest crowd ovations at UFC 244. And every time he was able to like make a blitz towards Ivanov, the crowd was going wild. He fought Ilir Latifi, won by decision. I thought he lost that fight. I don't remember if it was the Bagoy Ivanov fight or the no, it was the Ivanov fight. I thought he lost. He beats Latifi. He beats Alexei Oleinik. He beats Curtis Blades. After he beat Alexei Oleinik, I picked against him in Alexei Oleinik fight. I thought he ended up getting submitted, taken down and submitted. He avoids the submission in that and then knocks him out. That was a bad pick on my part. Then he beats Curtis Blades, which I picked Curtis Blades in that fight. After he beat Curtis Blades, I said, you know what? I am never doubting this guy again. How can you doubt this guy? But after Curtis Blades, he drew Ciryl Gane. And I said, okay, this is one of the times where I have to go against him. I picked against him with Ciryl Gane. And I will only ever pick against Derek Lewis, probably against the elite of the elite. Against Chris Daukaus in December, I picked Derek Lewis. I got that one right. I picked him by KO first round, I believe. And now, honestly, he beats Tai Tuivasa. Depending on who's champion, as long as it's not Ciryl Gane who's champion, he could be right back in the mix for the heavyweight belt. The heavyweight division isn't deep at all. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. What do you guys have? Actually, I'll do a poll in a second. Let's see who you guys are picking. Who wins? Let's see. Tuivasa, Lewis. Let's see who you guys think is going to win. And guys, keep the questions coming. We got to do another rewatch in Discord sometimes. Yeah, maybe we'll pick a fight. By the way, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, on Discord, you can share your screen. And on Sunday, I think it was, we all got together. The members got together on Discord, like 4 or 5 of us, and we rewatched Figgy versus Moreno, and we all live scored it on Discord. So that's another interesting benefit with the members only Discord if you guys want to join. But yeah, maybe we'll pick another fight that had a close decision, and we'll rewatch it and score it. Like maybe like a Jones Reyes. Broomstick Charles will prob sub Justin Wright. That's what I think. I lean Charles Oliveira by submission, but I think it's very reasonable for anybody to pick Justin Gaethje. Are you picking Chris Curtis in his next fight? I don't know, man. That's a tough fight against Dupriscus or whatever his name is. Chris Curtis. I forgot his name that quick. Chris Curtis versus Driscus Dupliscus. I think is how you pronounce it. That's a tough fight to pick, but I'd probably go Chris Curtis. The guy's just pulling off upset after upset. I picked him to get the last upset over Brendan Allen. It's live on stream on the channel. How can you doubt Chris Curtis at this point in time? I mean, seriously, how can you doubt him? Look at his most recent fights. The action man, Chris Curtis. I think he came in on short notice against Phil Hawes, KOs him in the first round, comes in against Brendan Allen. A lot of people picked against him, finishes him in the second round by TKO. Gotta respect the guy 100%. I go Chris Curtis. Quite a few Ortega, Volk, the Dustin versus Oliveira, and every other big event. Bro, that sucks. But I guess, man, you're chasing the dream. If one day you're ringside for the UFC events taking pictures, it was all worth it. But, man, that really upsets me you're missing these big events. But at least you have me to recap them for you. There you go. We got to do another. Okay, do you expect Luque to get the win in her next fight? I don't know, man. I haven't really put too much thought into that fight. I got to look into it a little bit more. When is that? Let's see. It is November. No, that was her last fight. When's her next fight? Replacing Cheyenne Buys. I don't understand this. Why is it not showing her next fight? When does she not have a fight booked yet? Or does she? I'm trying to find it. I don't even know. Does she not have a fight booked? I don't see. Oh, confirmed UFC 274. Arena Carnelossi. I have no idea, man. I gotta dive into that one a little bit deeper to give you a good pick. But for now, we'll say maybe. 100% honest, I get more hype for local shows than I do for UFC because I'm familiar with the fighters and I'm ring cage side. That's true. That's true, man. That's got to be pretty cool. But for me, I don't think I can miss these big events. But knowing the people probably gets you more excited. That makes sense. Who's your all-time favorite MMA fighter? That's a tough one. I have a couple. Maybe Anderson Silva, Robbie Lawler. One of my favorite guys to watch. I don't necessarily love the guy. It's Jon Jones. Habib was one of my favorite guys to watch. But if I had to give you a concrete answer, probably Anderson Silva. He's the guy that got me into the sport. I thought he was a perfect match of skill. Plus, he was just an all-around good guy to me, it seemed like. So if I had to pick one, Anderson Silva. Maybe second, Robbie Lawler. Was there 2 pay-per-views in July? I missed a big fight in July, but not the Conor fight. No. Nope. Big fight in July was Conor versus Dustin. In August, it was Derek Lewis versus Ciryl Gane. It was early August, though, so maybe that's what you're thinking of. The other big fight in July was Corey Sandhagen versus TJ Dillashaw. Maybe you missed that one. Maza Porcaro. What do you think about Carlos Felipe getting caught on roids? I'm happy, man. If you're cheating, you deserve to be caught and suspended. So, I mean, it's a terrible look for him. How long was he suspended for? See, I forget these types of things. I know he got suspended, but how long did he get suspended for? And a lot of people don't like this guy to begin with. When it was announced he was given 18-month suspension, and he lost his last fight to Andre Arlovsky. And wasn't he acting up afterwards? An 18-month suspension for that guy. That's wild. So I'm happy he got caught. If you're cheating, you deserve to get caught and suspended. 18 months, I think, is good. Who do you want to see cop Chris Daukaus fight next? Good question. Heavyweight division is just so bad. Maybe he could fight Marcin Tybura. Jairzinho Rozenstruik has a fight coming up with, is it Volkov? How am I forgetting these fights right now? Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Who does he have a fight with? Oh, he has Marcin Tybura. I thought, okay, so you got Marcin Tybura tied up. You got Rozenstruik tied up. Volkov is fighting Aspinall. Curtis Blades, I don't think he's fighting Curtis Blades. He just beat Shamil. Maybe Augusto Sakai, to be quite honest. There's not a lot of people. I mean, he's not fighting Ngannou. Obviously, Ngannou's champion. He's not fighting Ciryl Gane. He's not fighting Stipe. He could fight the loser of Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa. But other than that, the only other available option, because, I mean, I don't think he's fighting Blades. I think Blades might be matched up with Ciryl Gane. He's not official yet, but I think that's what's going to happen. And he's probably not getting a step up considering he just lost. He beat Shamil. Marcin Tybura has a fight. Tom Aspinall has a fight. Tai Tuivasa has a fight. So it's going to be Augusto Sakai or Bagoy Ivanov. One of those two guys. I mean, I doubt they give him an unranked guy. Or he waits for some of these other fights to play out. Let's see. Do you expect the GOAT Parker Porter to destroy his can opponent in his next fight? I can't believe he got such a quick turnaround, right? I'll probably pick him. I mean, I think I picked him to beat Chase Sherman as well. So I'll pick him in that one. I don't know about destroy, but we'll see. Lupe Gunidez isn't even that good. 2-1 or 2 wins or against bums. I'm not super high on her either way. That's why I said I had to look into it more anyway, because it's one of those things. It's for me, it's like I got to do enough research to give a confident pick. I just don't like throwing picks out there, especially when it's hard to remember a lot of their recent fights. Who is your favorite fighter from your home state? I don't know who fights out of my home state. My home state's Maryland. I don't know who even fights out of Maryland, other than Angela Hill. Ugh, no. Who will Johnny Walker or Jamal Hill? Who will win, Johnny Walker or Jamal Hill? I think Jamal Hill wins. Johnny Walker, all he does is feint and feint and feint and feint some more. So I'll go Jamal Hill in that one. What fighters have Dana White privilege? Conor McGregor for sure. Conor McGregor. Sugar Sean O'Malley. By the way, French fries, when you watch this did Ciryl Gane get robbed video, right? Did you see what I said about Sean O'Malley in there? I threw that in there. I was waiting for someone to mention it in the Discord, but nobody mentioned it. I was really upset that nobody mentioned that. I mean, I wasn't actually, but I expected somebody to mention it. What's going on, homework? What's going on, homework? Good to see. I don't know if I already said that or not. Sometimes I actually skip messages. But Conor definitely has Dana White privilege. Sean O'Malley, I think, has Dana White privilege. And there's probably someone else I'm not thinking of right now. That's getting undeserved fights. Let's take a look. See. They're the main two, I think, right now. They're the main two. Wait, I did see a message earlier, and I think I read it, and then I forgot to read it on live. Did someone ask about Paige Van Zant earlier? I saw something about the word Paige. I remember reading that at some point in time. And now I remember I didn't read it. Maybe somebody just... Are you surprised that Paige Khamzat is fighting someone low in the rankings over someone in the top 10? To be honest, I don't even remember Paige Khamzat. Let me look her up real quick. You're asking about all the low names women MMA fighters right now. You're really testing the knowledge here. Who does she even fight for? She fights for the UFC. Iranian born Swedish. She was on The Ultimate Fighter. Lena Landsberg. Ugh. Lena Landsberg coming off one loss to Sarah McMahon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe they're just trying to get her a win, to be quite honest. Lena Landsberg's a winnable fight, but she just lost to Raquel Pennington. But by decision, I don't remember that fight too much. I was on the Anthony Smith, Ryan Spann card. You're testing the knowledge. I knew I saw something about Paige up top. Let's get back down to the messages. I think Jamal probably wins. I agree. Do you have any favorite fighters from America Top Team? Robbie Lawler. I think he still trains at American Top Team. Dustin Poirier. I like him quite a bit. Yeah, I missed the Sandhagen-Dillashaw fight. P.S. When he got in the UFC contract in 2017, he got suspended for 3 years for being caught by USADA. Therefore, he made his debut in 2020 and now suspended for a second time. Why do you only get 18 months if this is the second failed test? I didn't know that. Might be early to call, but how would Tate versus Valentina go? It's not too early. Thank you for the question, Merk Lee. It's not too early to call. Miesha Tate gets absolutely bludgeoned to death by Valentina Shevchenko. When is it Tony time again? Hopefully soon. I say, ooh, maybe featured fight on UFC 274. Tony Ferguson versus somebody. I would like that. I don't remember you saying a Sean O'Malley joke, but I did watch it. I said that Ciryl Gane threw such weak leg kicks in the Francis Ngannou fight, he wouldn't have even put down Sean O'Malley. It wouldn't even affect Sean O'Malley. Angela Hill is the biggest MMA star from Maryland. Yep. Do you think McNuggets gets Justin if he wins against Charlie? I think it's very possible. I've been saying Michael Chandler has Dana White privilege. Rebus beat Watterson. Did she? Now you're really testing me here. I think she did. Did she? Oh, no, they're fighting. See, for some reason, I'm lost right now. They're on that Columbus, Ohio card. I think Amanda Ribas beats her, or Hebas. Amanda Hebas has got better striking. Watterson has good kicks. But for me, Watterson's always been overhyped. Always. I mean, if I look up Watterson right now, and you can look up on my channel too, I'm sure there's at least one prediction video about her. Let's see. Let's look her up. Her recent record. How many fights since I've had the channel? Only one fight against Marina Rodriguez. I picked against her in that fight, so I have one evidence. And I say in the video, I think she's a little bit overhyped. It was a clinch battle, terrible fight. Agreed. He made an agreement. Okay, so he's snitching on somebody then. How'd you get caught twice? And why'd the UFC even keep him after the first one? But that fight between Ngannou and Ciryl Gane was awful to rewatch. Was awful to rewatch. It sucked to even watch that fight again. Okay, was Megan Anderson a born fighter when you watched her fights? I didn't enjoy her fights too much, to be quite honest. I mean, I don't remember. The one good win she had was against Kat Zingano, and it was the toe in the eye. So, All right, real quick, because I like to. We're already an hour in, and some of these topics we have not discussed yet. We talked about Oliveira Gaethje quite a bit. I'm going to end this poll. 71% picks Derek Lewis, 29% picks Tuivasa. I agree with the majority there. But Ribas got KO'd by Marina. Waterson went to decision. Yeah, I think Ribas outstrikes Waterson quite a bit. But it should be interesting for sure. Let's talk about Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones. As you guys know, I made a video of my most anticipated fights of 2022, and number one on the list was Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones. By the way, guys, keep filling the chat with questions. I already came up with the title description. There's some things I want to talk about. I want to make sure I talk about them in the video. Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones. I feel like a lot of people, after seeing the fight on Saturday, they're saying, oh, now I'm way more confident that Jon Jones would beat him up. And as you guys know, every time I've been asked about Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones, I have said that I favor Jon Jones, and I still favor Jon Jones to beat Francis Ngannou. But I think after watching Saturday's performance, in a way I have a little bit more confidence, but in another way I have a little bit more skepticism, because Francis has shown what I believe to be true to begin with, was that he is evolving his game and he is more well-rounded than people will give him credit for. Look at the wrestling ability that he showed in that fight. I truly believe from the jump that Jon Jones will just outstrike him from the outside and win a decision. I think he'll be kicking the legs. I think Jon Jones has better stamina. But now I'm a little bit curious. Is Francis going to go out there and try to wrestle Jon Jones? And he looked strong against Ciryl Gane, dragging him to the ground. So for me, I think it's a very competitive fight. I'm more, let's say I was 60-40 before Jon Jones winning. Now maybe I knock down a couple percent, because Jon Jones, Francis Ngannou showed that he had great wrestling in the Ciryl Gane fight, strong in the clinch, strong takedowns, high fight IQ in his ability to make adjustments mid-fight as he's losing the striking battle. So I think, that's the fight that needs to be made right now. I love that fight. I want to see it. We've already kind of gone over UFC 270 quite a bit. I made 2 videos on it. If you guys haven't checked those out yet, please go check them out after the stream. I did a video, was Brandon Moreno robbed at UFC 270? And I also did a video, was Ciryl Gane robbed at UFC 270? Because a lot of people think Ciryl Gane was robbed. You'll have to watch my video and see my take. But overall, the main event was very boring. Very boring. Francis showed high fight IQ in the fight. He changed his strategy mid-fight after losing 2 rounds. The guy had all the pressure on his shoulders from the UFC with the contract negotiations. And on top of that, they were texting him, apparently threatening to sue him. He had all the pressure on his shoulders, plus the knee injury. And to come out there with a knee injury, with all the pressure on your shoulders, then to go down 2 rounds to a former training partner, and it looks like you're going to lose the fight. For me, as boring as the main event was, you have to give him credit for dealing with all that adversity. And he did a great job. He did a great job, regardless of how boring it was. As far as the co-main event, Brandon Moreno versus Deiveson Figueiredo, losing the belt. My takeaway from that is we have to see that fight again. We have to see the fight again. It's just too close. After that fight, do you really feel like you know who the better fighter is? I certainly don't. We need to see it again. All 5 rounds were close. All 5 rounds were close. You had Michel Pereira versus Andre Filho. Great, late replacement with Andre. Performed great. I thought he was going to win the fight in the first round, Michelle Pereira makes adjustments, comes back and wins the second and third round. Sedner Magomedov absolutely blows the door off of Cody Stamann. And Cody Stamann blowing up, I think, what was he, 259 pounds, wasn't it? 14, I can't remember, or 254 pounds. The guy blew up after the weigh-ins. I think it was 154 pounds, not 254 pounds. I think he gained 19 pounds from weigh-in day to fight night. That's crazy. And Sedner Magomedov went out there, blew the doors off him. Great performance by Michael Morales against Trevin Giles. First round TKO. Victor Henry, bantamweight division is just stacked. Victor Henry, Sedner Magomedov, great additions to 135. Jack Della Maddalena, great win over Pete Rodriguez. And it would look just picture perfect. He looked super technical in that fight. I mean, there were so many great fights on this card, even though they weren't the most important. Matt Vravola versus Gennardo Valdez. Brutal finish. Referee should have got in there sooner. Vanessa Demopoulos gets that submission in the first round. Great submission. Then she has Joe Rogan hold her at the post-fight. Jasmine Jasdavicius, I think is how you pronounce it, versus Kay Hansen, wins unanimous decision. Not the most exciting fight at all. Don't really care. I think both of them are very low level. I know my man Fight Life Nation loves Kay Hansen, but she has a lot of evolving to do, but she's still very young, so she could evolve quite a bit. All right, let's get back to some of these questions. Now we recapped UFC 270 a little bit. But I encourage you guys, go check out the 2 videos I did on the Brandon Moreno, Deiveson Figueiredo fight, as well as Ngannou versus Ciryl Gane, about them potentially being robbed of their victories. It seemed like a lot of people like those videos. Let me pull up something. By the way, guys, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe publicly, it will pop up right here with an MMA gift, as well as if you become a member, it will pop up here with an MMA gift, as well as your name, as well if you donate to the channel, it'll pop up here with an MMA gift as well. So, what was I pulling up here? I forgot what I was going to pull up. I'm actually surprised this Belal Muhammad, Vicente, Luque, Khamzat, Chimaev video has been doing very well. I didn't even notice it. Sometimes I used to really, and I still do look, but I used to really be like looking at the views and stuff. But now I just post them, and I may not even necessarily check it for a bit. Or once I post the next video, it's like I can't even see the views on that one. It won't be on the homepage. So it's actually done pretty good. And guys, over 2,000 subscribers, insane to me. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm curious. Maybe by April 1st is the 1-year anniversary on the channel. I'm curious where we'll be. Where will be April 1st, 2022, the 1-year anniversary of the channel? What's the date of that? Let me see. I got to do a stream on that day. The 1-year anniversary of the channel. Let's see what day that is. That is a Friday, so that's perfect. We will do a 1-year anniversary of the channel stream. I'm curious how many subscribers we have then. But guys, keep the questions coming. I got another water here, so I'm ready to answer a million questions. Some true or false questions, some UFC 270 questions, Oliveira versus Gaethje questions, whatever you guys want to ask. What's up, my man? What are you... Oh, hold on. I messed up. Joey, let's not even talk about Francis until his knee heals. I hope he's not out forever, man. And I hope the UFC gets him re-signed. Rakic versus Yan prediction. I think Rakic beats him everywhere. I think Rakic has a super high fight IQ. I think he's defensively responsible. I think he's well-rounded. He has a variety of attacks. He has good power, good grappling. I think he beats Yan everywhere. Yan's too old, too slow. And I think Rakic beats him with ease. I think Rakic beats him on the feet. I think Rakic can take him down and beat him. I think Rakic can beat him everywhere, to be quite honest. Do you think internally the UFC will look at contracts more in depth and will adjust how fast the fighter will get a title shot? We'll look at the contracts more in depth and we'll adjust how fast a fighter will get a title shot. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm trying to figure it out. Look at the contract more in depth and adjust how fast a fighter gets a title shot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. How fast? I think how fast a fighter gets a title shot all depends on who they end up fighting. Okay, Francis had senior citizen knees in that fight, so it makes Gane look bad, and Francis will probably suplex Coke out of Jones by decision. Yeah, that's the other thing. Francis did all that with a banged up knee. What's up, man? What are you doing? Nothing much. What are you doing, Charles Antone? When do you think Rumble Johnson will come back? I don't know. I mean, he's lucky to win that last fight, but I have no idea when he's coming back. I think maybe summer this year. I haven't seen any news about it. Have you? Didn't he say he has some medical problem or something? Let's see. Grand Prix. We were supposed to fight Vadim Nemkov. Yeah, that's when pulled out due to unspecified illness. Johnson hopes to return in 2022. Yeah, there's no news about it. There's no news about it at all. But I'll say summer 2022. Why do UFC cards have been so bad? Like Strickland Hermanson card is trash even with a week off. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the timing of they did stack a lot of cards towards the end of the year. And I think that's why some of these cards have been a little bit lackluster. For sure. But I'm with you, man. I mean, 274 is looking beautiful. But that's too far away. 273 is looking pretty good. I hope they stack up 272. I hope they announce a Nate Diaz fight soon. I want to see Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. Maybe we'll stay on. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe we'll stay on for the Dana White Q&A. But I don't know if that's kind of weird. And I don't know if I can play that audio without getting copyright. We'll see. We'll see about it. We'll see how long we go. And I'm going to have to look into that a little bit. Pulling off a win with bad knees. Yeah, I know. Looked great. Looked great doing it. Francis Jones is never going to happen. Ngannou is going to get surgery, sit out. His contract expires at the end of 2022 and do the Fury fight. UFC will set up an interim fight and probably do Miocic versus Jones. Stop, man. Ngannou versus Jones is going to happen. I'm confident it's going to happen. They can't strip Francis. He'll be a free agent. Yeah, I think they might make an interim title. I think you're right that it's very likely that it could happen. Stipe versus Jones or Stipe versus Gane even. But I hope not. I really want to see Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. I think that fight's a lot of fun. Do you want to see Faber fight one more time? Absolutely not. What about the 23-year-old Ecuadorian Michael Morales? Nice debut. A spectacular debut. Looked excellent in that fight. I'm curious where he goes from there. It was a great win, without a doubt. I wonder who he fights next. Let's see if we can find him an opponent. It's 170, right? Isn't that 170? MMA World Rankings. Let's see. Let me know in the chat. That's welterweight, right? He's welterweight or is he middleweight? Don't make me go look it up. Tapology. I'll just look it up. Major results. UFC 270. Okay, that is 170. Okay, so let's look up the rankings. Beat Trevin Giles. Let's see. Oh, no. UFC rankings. Welterweight. Let's see. Is Trevin Giles even in this rankings? I'm curious. Because that's who he beat. They give you like a top 71. Pete Rodriguez is in here. Just lost to Jack Della Maddalena. Jordan Williams. Let's see. Ian Gary's right there at number 51. Jeremiah Wells, Jack Della Maddalena. Trevin Giles at 39. There you go. Michael Morales right above him at 38. Let's see if we can find him an opponent. I wouldn't mind seeing him. Imagine this. Michael Morales versus Chaos Williams. I don't know if Chaos Williams already has a fight. And I know that's a little bit of a step up. But I like that fight. Michael Morales versus Chaos Williams. Let's see. Yo, I didn't watch the new Gone video because I just got home and went right into the stream. Thought you were talking about the Gone matchmaking video. Okay, I see. Since you were from Maryland, do you think Hill got a bad split decision, or do you think she lost all of those split fights? Let me look them up real quick. I can't remember which way I thought about each of them, but let me take a look. I think I thought she lost against Amanda Lemas or Limas or whatever. I can't remember. I'm going to be honest. I can't remember. She's gotten so many split decision losses. I don't remember thinking any of them were egregious. I thought she lost to Amanda. I think I thought she lost to Tisha Torres. I think that one was pretty clear. The Michelle Waterson fight, I think she won the Michelle Waterson fight, but I wasn't outraged. I thought it was close enough. And the Claudia Gadelha fight, I cannot remember to save my life right now. So, but her being from Maryland has nothing to do with me thinking one way or another, to be quite honest. You will be the new MMA hole by year anniversary. What do you mean by that? What's up? Keep out. Hope you're doing well. Have you had to deal with a lot of trolls since starting your stream? Not this stream, no. I've had some trolls in streams before, but not today. Do you think Oliveira is too much for Justin? I'm picking Oliveira, but I don't know if he's too much for him. I don't think he's too much for him. Rumble is unlikely to come back anytime soon. Why? What's your info on that? What was the illness? We never got any info. Are you going to cover Eagle FC? Probably not. Maybe, though. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to watch, man. It's disturbing. There's so many conflict of interest in that. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not, to be quite honest. I might talk about it after the fact, maybe watch the replay. The Jones fight will happen. We remain optimistic. Agreed. Do you think UFC casuals or hardcore fan sub to Holland's OnlyFans? I can't believe anyone's subbing to it, to be quite honest. Okay, wasn't Chaos Williams supposed to fight Kevin Holland at one point? Probably a dumb Twitter account spreading it. Yeah, probably. MMA holds a huge channel. Okay, I know who their channel is. But thank you, man. If I can have as many subscribers as them, I would hope so. Still new to the channel. We've actually gained a couple subscribers since we've been on stream. I don't remember how many we had when we start, but we are at 2,013 subscribers. I'm hoping. I would love to get to 5,000 subscribers by April 1st. I don't know if that's possible. I think 4,000 is possible, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I just got to keep making quality videos for you guys. As long as you guys are enjoying the videos, I'm doing something right. It seems like a lot of people really enjoyed that Belal Muhammad video. That got quite a bit of likes. I'm going to keep doing my prediction videos. Do you expect Pettis wins in PFL? No, I don't trust Pettis to do anything. I do not trust Anthony Pettis to do anything. Who is he? Does he even have a scheduled fight yet? I know he lost to Clay Collar semi recently. I feel like he's just too far gone at this point. He lost to Clay Collar, then Rosh Manfio. I can't remember if I scored the Manfio fight, who I scored it for. I remember seeing him in World of Jenks back in the day. Does he have a fight booked next? I don't see him with a fight booked. Okay, nope. He does not have a fight booked. But I do not expect him to win. Oh yeah, here, I'll do this for a little bit. There we go. It was 2008 and then it switched. See, it just switched. It refreshed what that was. Do you expect? Okay, I already read that. I'm surprised Dealer isn't starting beef with everyone. Yeah, me too. What's your favorite car? I don't necessarily have a favorite car. I like the Ford Raptor. That's not necessarily a car. Random fight of the day: McGregor versus Gane, same weight. I'll take Ciryl Gane. You said 2008 subs at the beginning. If you could display it if you wanted to. Yup. Yeah, guys. So go subscribe. We can see this counter go up in real time. I think I'm pointing to it right here, maybe. It's hard to guess. It's a little bit delayed picture here. Let's see. I'm going to actually see if I point to it. Oh, I'm a little bit off. Also, if you subscribe publicly, your name will pop up right here on the stream. And also, you got to be subscribed to submit questions so we don't have trolls in here. Who's your favorite active fighter? Favorite active fighter has got to be Petr Yan. He's I mean, such an excellent fighter, so well rounded, so fun to watch. Best division in the UFC, probably Petr Yan. If like he's my favorite fighter to watch. I also like him. If I had to single out one fighter, like this is my favorite guy, like personality, fight skill, everything, it's probably Jose Aldo. I mean, how can you not love that guy? Being able to sustain himself at a high level for so long, I respect it so much. The guy's been around forever. He was champion when I first started watching. He's still doing very well. He dropped down to 135. Everyone doubted him. And it's crazy. That he's still able to compete at a high level when he's been fighting for so long. So who's your guys' favorite fighter? Who's your favorite active fighter? Just pick one, put it in the chat. Who is your favorite active fighter? Constantly growing. Benson and Pettis are senior citizens in the cage. Benson used to be one of my favorite fighters to watch as well. He used to be so active as lightweight champion. He was fighting like every couple months. Random fight number 2, same weight, Paulo Costa, Francis Ngannou. I'll take Paulo Costa. There you go. Do you have an F-150 or the Raptor? I wish I had a Raptor. I do have an F-150 though. So there you go. What are your top 3 fighters at 135, 145, and 155 respectively? Do you mean each division or combine the divisions together and then rank them? What do you mean, Noah Turtle? Let me know in the chat. Am I just picking the top 3 fighters at 135, then picking the top 3 fighters at 145, and then picking the top 3 fighters at 155? Is that what you want? Or you want me to combine them and decide who's the best? My favorite UFC fighters, without a doubt, Borrachina Costa. I mean, he's a super exciting fighter for sure. I thought your favorite fighter would be Blessed or Colby. No, I like Max Holloway. I'm not a big fan of Colby. I think he's a high-level fighter. I think he's awfully cringy. And then also, he's always making excuses. I don't like fighters that are just constantly making excuses for why they lost. And that seems to be what he's doing. And I find it quite annoying, to be quite honest. Not just illness. Rumble is dealing with legal and financial troubles. Hard to get sponsors when they charge you with domestic abuse and theft. Oh, yeah, I forgot he did get arrested, too. I like watching Max fight. Agreed. What fighters are in the chopping block if they lose their next fight? Whew. Asking the real questions here. Rafael Sunsel, Frankie Edgar, Cody Garbrandt. Maybe Tony Ferguson, which it sucks to say. Darren Till, Uriah Hall. And there you go. There's a bunch of them. There you go. I gave you quite a few there. Israel Volkanovski, watching him beat Max made me a super fan. Yeah, I like Volkanovski quite a bit too. Bobby Knuckles, how can you not like him? You can pick the top 3 in each division. Okay. So bantamweight, featherweight, and lightweight. So top 3 at bantamweight for me has to be Petr Yan, Jose Aldo, and then TJ Dillashaw. At featherweight, it has to be Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway for sure, and then Yair Rodriguez. There you go. And lightweight, it's got to be Oliveira. Then probably Islam Makhachev, then Justin Gaethje. As far as top 3, if you combine them all together, I think Petr Yan, Volkanovski, and then probably Oliveira, which is unfortunately because they're all champions. I hate to say that. So it's one of those things. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see. Okay, guys, keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. Yeah, I like Whitaker as well. Cowboy for sure. Who you talking about? Cowboy Cerrone? Marlon Moraes, if he also... Oh, yeah, Cowboy for sure as far as getting cut. Marlon Moraes, if he also is also out if he loses again. Very true. How many fights does Conor need to lose to get cut? I don't think he'll ever get cut, no matter what he does. Do you expect a battle between Gore and Battle, and who wins that battle? I probably lean... I don't know. Weren't they originally supposed to be the finalists on The Ultimate Fighter? I'll probably lean Battle, but I'm not 100% certain who I'm going with on that one. 135, Yan, Sandhagen, TJ. You're right, Sandhagen. I forgot Sandhagen in there. I actually go Yan, Jose Aldo, then Sandhagen. Forget the other ones. 145, Volk, Max Yair. We're on the same page. Charles, Gaethje, Fiziev. That's a good one. How do you see this Chimaev beating Burns or by KO or sub if they fight? I think if you pick one or the other, if you say he definitely finishes him, I think he KOs him. I think Burns is a little bit chinny. I think Burns is a little bit, quite a bit smaller than Khamzat Chimaev. I don't see him submitting him by any means. What happens to Sleepy Belal with a loss to Luque? Gore KO'd the guy Battle fought in the actual finales, which was dumb. That is so dumb. That probably ruined the end of the show for people. Because if at the end of the show you don't see the two best guys fight each other, then what's the point of having the show? You know what I mean? That sucks. Does anyone not... French fries, let me ask you this. The Dana White Q&A on ESPN, you think if I stream that with just audio? But then again, I think it might be a little bit awkward now. I think I'll get copyright for that. I was thinking about like streaming it and reacting to some of his answers. But what happens is Belal, I think Belal still stays with the company. I think he probably gets another fight a little bit down the rankings. Do you think Strickland versus Hermansson turns... How do you think Strickland versus Hermansson turns out? I'm currently leaning Strickland, but I'm back and forth on that. I'm back and forth. That's going to be a tough prediction. I'm glad I got an extra week to make my mind up. I'm happy I got an extra week to make my mind up on that fight. Random fight number 3, the great lightweight of all time in your opinion versus the greatest welterweight of all time in your opinion. That would be Habib versus GSP. I'd go GSP. Both in their prime though. How long will Dagestani wrestling be the dominant style till the next fighting style? I think wrestling is always one of the best bases you can have. I think it's one of the best bases you can have in MMA. Should Wonderboy fight Kiesa or Lawler? Definitely Lawler if you want Wonderboy to win. Which, I mean, he could lose to Lawler, but I think it's far more likely he loses to Michael Kiesa. UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou will have to undergo knee surgery before he's able to train and compete again. Yeah, but it could not be as serious as like an ACL reconstruction or something like that. I saw that, though, but thank you for filling me in case I had missed it. But it's hard. We don't know yet. We don't know how serious it actually is. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things. We'll see. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not already liked the stream, make sure to like the stream. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to get rid of this sub count now. We're going to do a couple more questions. I'll probably do a random live stream on Friday, which I guess is not random if I'm telling you I'm doing it. I may do it like a later in the evening live stream on Friday. And then even if I don't do that, I'll be streaming on Saturday for the Bellator card for sure. Do you think Mr. Van Zant wins the title fight? I don't know. I'll probably go Gegard Mousasi. I think Gegard Mousasi is better. Random fight number 4, Jamie Malarkey versus Askar Askarov, 145. I'd probably go Askar Askarov. They're saying a 9-month recovery period. We definitely get an interim championship. Definitely. UFC's going to make an interim heavyweight title then. That really sucks. Guys, fill up the chat with questions. I'm going to stay on here for about like 3 to 5 more minutes. So fill up the chat with as many questions as possible. If we get any crazy news from Dana White in the Q&A, I'm going to do a video on it. I would like to do a stream on it, but it's going to be weird of me trying to talk over him. It's not the same as the press conferences. And plus, I don't want to get copyright striked. We're just starting to grow the channel, and I'm going to end up getting a copyright strike? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see. Is there PFL fights on Friday? Were you high on Perez going into the Figgy fight? Yes, I was. I think I actually picked Perez. I can't remember for certainty, but I think I might have picked Perez to beat Figgy. I think I did. What about Friday night's fights? Let's see what the PFL... I didn't realize there was fights on Friday. I must have missed this one. Let me take a look. There's not. No, there's not. PFL doesn't happen until February 18th, it looks like. Unless I'm imagining things. Let's see. Friday. Eagle FC is Friday. Rashad Evans is fighting. Give me a break. Yeah, I don't see any PFL scheduled. I do not see any PFL scheduled. Did you watch Uncle Fester's video or podcast? No. I don't even know what that is. Oh, you talking about Dana's? No, I did not. I did not watch that. When are we getting the Dana Max Load emoji? Isn't this it? What do you mean by isn't this it right here? I'll show you. Hold on. Let me show you this Dana emoji right here. I'll show you the picture it came from in a second. What's the interim title fight they should book at heavyweight? Stipe versus Lewis would be mine. I think it's Stipe versus Jones or Stipe versus Gane. What's up, bro? The Bronx or the highlight? I got the Bronx. I got the Bronx too. Unless he gets knocked out. Yeah, it's a big if though. I think he takes him down, submits him. What happened if Kevin Lee lost in the title fight? Little title fight. What? It's not a title fight, is it? I mean, he's just fighting Diego Sanchez. If he loses, his career's over. Let me pull up this picture real quick so I can show you. So we got the Dana White screaming emoji. It's from UFC 189 when they did the press conference. And he was just screaming at the top of his lungs. Save image. Let's see if I can get it on screen here in a minute. I'll show you what it is. Studio. Let's see here. Don't need that. Let's see. Browse. Okay, here we go. This is what that Dana White emoji is molded after. There you go, right there. Boom. Boom. That's what it's molded after. Dana with the mouth open, head tilted back, fading out with the max load washing machine button in the background. You're going to have to show me where comment. Where do I find this? What do I Google? Dana White max load. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I see what we're talking about. I see. I do remember seeing this. Who makes these? Maybe that'll be one of the next emojis I get for you guys. That's funny. I see what you mean now. And then real quick, let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Transition, image, And then let me show you guys what the emoji looks like a little bit bigger, since it's a little bit hard to see. Holy moly, it went huge for some reason. How has that gotten? Unbelievable. This is what the emoji looks like. You can see it a little bit bigger here. There you go. If you guys want to become a member, the link is in the description. If you want to become a member, the link is in the description. I've been lied to then, or maybe got confused with Eagle FC then. My bad, brother. Yeah, Eagle FC is Friday. Bellator 273 is on Saturday. Funniest shit ever. Hilarious. Maybe I'll have to get that one made. Clay Guida versus Yoel Romero at 170. Yoel Romero, who KOs him. Did you agree with Uncle Fester when he said Cyborg looked like Wanderlei Silva in a dress? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's one of those things where it's like Dana will shit on anyone that he wants to, but unless they're making him money. But then all of a sudden he's signing Cyborg and making a featherweight division around her. I thought it was kind of dumb. But he's basically saying she's jacked. That's what he was saying in a way. Get rid of this. Don't need that anymore. Who should Dana White have as his replacement when he leaves? I have no idea. That's a scary thought. Dana looks like a kingpin. I think Gane will come back stronger. I think Francis is 100% done with UFC. I see Gane winning the belt and fighting Jones. I favor Gane slightly against Jones. What do you think? I hope Ngannou comes back. I refuse to believe he's not coming back, but I think that's a real possibility. I think Jones beats Ciryl Gane. I think Jones beats him. But I'm high on Jones against elite competition. I know he has some of these close fights, but at the same time, I believe Jones fights to the level of his competition. I think that whenever he gets a big fight, it's like his motivation is so much higher. I know he had close fights with Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes, but if he gets a fight with Francis Ngannou, the guy's coming in fully motivated. Well, I guess that does it for this weekly live chat, guys. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me ask one more poll, because I just remember I think DC could be a good replacement. Dana White leaves, it will still be hard to fill his shoes for sure. Do you like Rogan, DC, Anik commentary team? Let's see. I've been really getting annoyed with Anik, Rogan, and DC commentary team, and I'm curious if I'm not the only one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you like Rogan, DC, and Anik? Do you like that commentary team? I feel like they're getting more biased by the week. Every single fight, it seems like it. But they used to be my favorite commentary team, but they're just starting to be annoying, I find them. And it's like DC and the DC and Rogan were so biased against Ngannou in that fight. It was unreal. Ponzinibbio is training with Jones. I seen Jiri is apparently going to train with Jones and Cejudo as well. That's why I get my MMA news from MMA Joey. I think DC could be okay. I already read that. DC's garbage. I'm just curious how much you guys agree with me or disagree with me. I don't care. Obviously, if you like them, you like them. I'm just wondering. Seems like the majority are backing them up. Do you like King Casey putting the yawning emoji towards Jadavicious fight? Did you like King Casey putting the yawning emoji towards? I didn't really care, man. I don't really care about that too much. Thug Rose, DC. Oh my god, it was so annoying. It ruined a good moment too. He's just screaming, Thug Rose, Thug Rose. DC. I think DC's the worst of the three. I feel like what happens with Rogan, he comes in with a preconceived narrative of how the fight's going to go, and he cannot stray away from it, and it drives me nuts. Dan Ngannou and Ciryl Gane were clinching up, and he was like, yeah, Gane's got him right where he wants him. And then as soon as Ngannou got taken down in the 5th round, they were like, oh, he's going to accept the position. He's going to accept the position like he did in the first Stipe fight. And then next thing you know, he's looking for reversals. It's just, I feel like the commentary has gotten worse. I don't know if they're just checked out or what, or they don't have time to. I mean, I have nothing against Anik for the most part. Nothing against Anik. It's just Rogan and DC, really. What about Cruz saying Conor is taking Khabib's punches to tire him out? That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So dumb. You like Bisping, Dom, and Anik? I don't mind that team. I don't mind that team. I don't know why at 270 Rogan and DC just drove me nuts. Especially when I rewatched some of the fights and heard the commentary, I just thought it was so biased. And then I go back to, this all started, for me at least, it really started to turn a corner when Israel Adesanya fought Jan Blachowicz. The commentary was just getting terrible. They were acting like Adesanya was winning every round, and Jan Blachowicz was clearly outstriking him. Rip, DC, Sanko, and Rogan, what do you mean by that? Yeah, they get pretty biased sometimes. Looks like most people still like him. I was just curious. I think Bisping is great at his media shit. Yeah, I think he does a pretty good job. Sometimes he's a little corny, though. He's a little corny. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this live stream. Please go check out the videos on the channel. I have a couple new videos that I put out. I had Did Ciryl Gane Get Robbed at UFC 270? I have Khamzat Chimaev's next opponent was revealed with Belal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque. I have Did Brandon Moreno Get Robbed at UFC 270? And I also have a matchmaker video for Ciryl Gane, as well as was UFC 270 the last time we'll see Francis Ngannou in the UFC? Please go check out those videos. I would greatly appreciate it if you go check them out after this. Don't forget to like the stream and enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you guys at the absolute latest. I'll see you on Saturday for Bellator 273. But I'll probably see you on Friday as well. So thank you guys for joining me for this week's live chat. If you're watching the replay and you want a question answered, just comment it down below or join us next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. I will be streaming again. All right, well, guys, enjoy the rest of your night.